In this video, we are going to talk about TinkerCAD and how, before we start using TinkerCAD, we need to create an account with TinkerCAD. And this is a cloud-based application, which means you don't have to download anything, you don't have to install anything, and whatever circuits you create is gonna sit in the cloud. So before we get started, we need to create an account. So for that, I'm just going to go and click Join Now. And there are like a lot of options if you are an educator, if you're in a school, so you can share your circuits and things like that with your students. You can teach them that way. So this is something if you can explore, like if you wanted to do this with your class. But like for now, I'm just going to create a personal account. So if you have a Google account or like a Apple account, so you can use those. And there are more sign-in options where you can use, say, Facebook and things like that as well. So I'm going to just use sign up with email. So I'm just going to do that. So country, Canada, and we'll just like feed my birthday. And so I need to create a password, like let's do, okay, download CA, I'm using my download C account. And I'm going to set a password. Just want to make sure I've typed them right. So I'm going to create an account. So you can, if this is your personal computer, you can save that. That's no problem. And this is an Autodesk product. Okay, that's good. So I'm creating that. Okay, welcome and thank you very much, TinkerCAD. Yes, I'm ready to go. So with TinkerCAD, you can do 3D designs and circuits, code blocks and other things, but like we are just going to focus on circuits for now. We are not really worried about anything else. So I'm just going to go to circuits and create new circuit. So let's wait. And this is the basic page. So you have the name. It kind of like gives you some random name here, so you can change that if you want. First, second, so you can change the name. And this is the title bar. So here you have the bill of materials. So if you have like say 10 components here, and you can create a bill of materials here, so that like you can purchase them and can develop a circuit. So that's what you have here. And you also have your profile here. You can make edits to that. And likewise, in the next, you have a few other things like where you can delete, rotate components. Maybe let's start with the basic, like let's try to import something and then go from there. Okay, so first I need a battery. So let's bring in a 1.5 volt battery. Okay, so I have a battery now. Like I need, let's do like a simple LED circuit. I just wanted to turn on an LED. So I will bring in a push button. Okay. Then I need a resistor because I don't want it to burn the LEDs. And then here again, we are doing it virtually. If you burn like that, there's no problem. So now this is what I need for the circuit. So what are these things for? So this is to go back and forth, like undo and redo. But like if I wanted to rotate this, that's when like I use this. So it kind of rotates in 45-degree angles actually. So I'm going to use it in this way. And if I wanted to change the resistance, I don't want 1 kilo ohm resistor. I just want like 500 ohms resistor maybe. So I will just like change that to 500 ohms resistor. And the good thing here is like the color changes. So this is a 3 or like a 4-band resistor. So you have green, black and brown. So that is 500 ohms. So you have a push button. So now let's make a circuit. So here I'm not using a breadboard, so I'm just like going to do that. So to finish the circuit, so let's go from the positive. I click, and then I go here, I click and drag. So that's what I do. So you can like directly connect those. So let's see, I can like connect like that. There is no problem. It will automatically. But like if you wanted it to be nice looking, you can just like click, click and drag. So that like, it kind of has that shape. So now I'm going to connect this. So again, the current flows from anode to the cathode. So here is the anode. So the anode pin is a little longer than the cathode. So I am going to do something like this. Okay. And I'm going to connect it to the anode. Maybe I will adjust it to make it look nice. And then I have to finish the circuit. So this is the cathode, which has to be connected to the ground, the reference, or the negative edge of the battery. Okay. So let me turn the simulation on. If I press, yeah, it's not bright enough. Maybe I don't know like what is the current like that is flowing through the circuit. So to do that, I'm going to bring in a multimeter. So this multimeter does voltage, current, and resistor. So this is a basic multimeter. So I'm going to find the current that is flowing through this circuit. So I'm going to connect it in series with the circuit. So I'm going to take that and run it to the positive, and I'm going to make a connection like that. It's not looking great. Maybe we'll fix that. Okay. So now let me run, and again when I push the button, so how much? Oh, the current is, I think it's really less, so it's not much. So that's why it's not showing. So I believe it starts from 10 microamperes. That's the range. So I'll stop the simulation. The current is too low, so maybe I will, instead of 500 ohms, let's do like say 100 ohms. I'm not sure whether that'll make more. Like, we'll do another thing. We will also get rid of this, and then like instead of this, I will do a 9-volt battery. Here is my 9-volt battery. Okay. So now I'm gonna do the same. Positive goes right there, and my cathode is going to be connected to the negative. Okay, so let me run the simulation. Okay, so now the current is too much, so that's what this indicates. Like, okay, instead of this, like, let me get rid of this one so that like I can directly connect the, so I am going to directly connect without a switch. I'm going to power the circuit so that like as soon as I turn on the simulation, it shows up and it, okay. Okay, now if you see, the current through the LED is 65 milliamperes, so that's what we read. So it's 65 milliamperes, while the recommended maximum is 20 milliamperes. Okay, so I need to increase the resistance of this resistor. So instead of 1000, let's go with 1K. If that's the case, what happens? So it is reasonable. So it is like 7.4 milliamperes. So now it's much better. So this is how you build a circuit and simulate in TinkerCAD. So this is an awesome circuit. So this is automatically saved. You don't have to press a save button or something like that. But usually for like say once you develop something like this, it was gonna sit in the cloud. But if you wanted to submit the assignment, like say here I'm using a Windows system, I use the snipping tool. Which is, just give me a second, I'm trying to open that, and this is the snipping tool, like for Windows. Like if you're using Mac, you press Command Shift 4, you will be able to click and drag and select it. So here I'm doing the same with the snipping tool. I just like click New and click and drag. So now I took a screenshot of this and then I saved this, and this is what I will add to the assignment to submit the assignment. Okay, so you can do this, or like if you in Mac, you will just have to press Control Shift 4 so that like you get like a cursor where you can click and drag, and then you select the region of interest, and then like say you can it automatically saves to the desktop, which you can add it to the assignment. So this is how you create. Maybe I will try to go back, and if you see, that automatically saves here. So if I want to create another circuit, I can do that. And if I go back, I see that one as well. But like everything kind of saves here, so you can like let it sit here. So this is TinkerCAD. This is going to make your life much easier if you wanted to calculate current voltages and things like that. So this video is just an introduction. So in the next video, we'll start going through some applications and see how we can do those circuits here in TinkerCAD.